Hello, high level world. If you are watching, tuning in into one of our social channels, we are getting ready to do an incredible 2-day workshop with someone very special and dear to me. If you don't know who Peng Joon is, you are in for an amazing treat. Our goal is to teach you a lot of cool things when it comes to AI and sales and high level altogether. And if you have, been around Peng's journey quite some time, he's been around the industry for a very long time. He's attended several of our events in person. Maybe you shook his hand. But either way, Peng, thanks for saying yes to us. I know it's a little past midnight in Malaysia right now.
I call it silly o'clock. So, I'm excited to be here. And yes, it's silly o'clock in Malaysia right now. But I'm super pumped to be here.
I love it. So, for those of you that are watching, give me a one in the chat if you can hear me. You have no issues in your audio and all of that. So, just so I know we're all good to go. But Peng, tell us your journey into the world of high level. I know you've been doing this for at least 10 or 15 plus years minimum, because I remember meeting you in, I think, 2016 in Nashville, not to mention any names, but another great conference back in the day. But tell us your journey for the folks that don't know you just yet. I know who you are. You're one of the top figures in Asia and one of the largest uh, marketers that I know of, in that world especially. But for the folks that don't know you, what's your story?
So, as you can see from my backdrop, I'm a bit of a geek and a nerd. I started my online journey selling digital products in the gaming space, specifically World of Warcraft. And then eventually, my first big break was in Facebook games. So, I was the top vendor in ClickBank, which was like the number one platform back in the day for the gaming space on ClickBank. So, I started in 2007. And back then, that was before social media. I utilized a lot of Google AdWords as my primary source of driving traffic. And for about over a decade, in fact, I would say a lot of my products that I sold were one-off type of products. It was like courses, trainings, and eventually events. And one thing that I'm so grateful about Go High Level is that it solved the problem between selling when it comes to selling high ticket, when it comes to servicing clients, because of the SaaS mode. And that's something I'm going to really focus on today, because I know that it's going to be really beneficial for those of you here when you understand how to infuse it as part of your offers, to help you build that recurring and subscription. And I'm going to show you different ideas of what it is that I did to bring in thousands of SaaS subscribers into my offers.
I love it. And for those of you that are active in fitness and all of that, Peng just finished doing a huge marathon less than a few hours ago. So I'm even more grateful that you are up at midnight, pouring into the high level family. So we're extra grateful. And how was it a triathlon? What did you just do?
It was a full 42-kilometer marathon, which is what, 21 miles, 26 miles. But it was a full
26
marathon.
miles.
It was the first. It was the first time I did that. I've done, and now, in fact, I will talk about that as well, because believe it or not, it is actually related to AI, and you will see why in a second. Utilizing AI and how I utilize AI as my coach to train for this marathon can actually be related to how you can create offers profitably as well.
I love it. So, without any further ado, let's jump into the slides. I don't want to spend any extra time on the introduction and the formalities. I hope people just catch, the drift of what we're saying, which is there's a way to build a business around AI and high level, of course. As we're presenting ideas, please know that we're not implying that you're going to go make a bunch of money. It's very difficult to build an online business. And what we're hoping to do is just share inspiration. Peng, I think you were at our very first event ever at High Level that we ever did at the Mastermind in Dallas. I remember us all sitting there, Josh Nelson and all these guys. We're all the Rob Bailey, I think. We're all just strategizing, from the old version of High Level how to launch SaaS and the whole SaaSpreneur movement. And you've done that pretty successfully at this point, in my opinion. Can you share a little bit of that as you pull up your slides?
Yeah, I mean, it is part of my slides. You want me just jump
Yeah,
straight?
let's just go right into it then. Yep, yep. I'm just
Okay,
excited.
okay, perfect. Let's begin. So I have my slides right in front of me, and are you able to see it?
Yeah, we
Okay,
see
cool.
it. Yep.
So I want to be able to show you like the three main parts to how I think about incorporating AI um, profitably in any business. And I would say that there's three things. Like the first one, which is going to be our core focus for today, is putting in AI powered offers that's able to help either command premium prices and attract the right buyers. The second part to utilizing AI profitably is putting it as part of your funnel that helps you sell one to many. So this could be lead gen, this could be chat bots to convert strangers into buyers. And the third part is utilizing AI to help generate traffic by utilizing timeless persuasion to generate traffic in minutes. And this is something that I've saved for tomorrow, where I'm going to show you how I've taken all of the old school, the greatest copywriters, and utilize it to help write my ads, my content, and infuse it with Go High Level. So that I've saved that for tomorrow. And today, my goal is to be able to show you and give you different ideas of how I've onboarded over 7,000 users ever since I started with Go High Level on our white label, which is sales process, since day one. I started with Go High Level in 2022 in the early days. And I'm very, very grateful that I somehow stumbled upon it. And hopefully by the end of today's session, you'll be able to get different ideas on how you can do it as well, regardless of whether you're selling high ticket or courses or trainings or events. Because my story is like this, okay? So in the last decade, I pretty much spent my life out of a suitcase. I would be doing events and trainings, and I would be doing the big events, the small events, the keynotes. This was something that I really enjoyed. This was like before COVID. And while cash flow and branding and positioning and all of that is great, there's a problem with this model. And the model is that even though I was able to attract great clients, even though I was able to get high ticket clients, um, the one thing that was missing was recurring. And also, another big problem when it comes to servicing clients is that you could give clients the strategies, you can show them the tactics, you can tell them what to do. But the problem is getting them to implement and execute would still be a problem. But that is where Go High Level really fills in the gap. Because now, if you're somebody that wants to be able to generate revenue by servicing clients or businesses and have them thank you for it, you no longer need to just teach them. In fact, teaching is, when it comes to offers, is a very low perceived value, right? Because nobody wants to learn anymore. People just want it done. And where High Level comes in perfectly is that today we all have the opportunity to go to any business owner and tell them, hey, this thing that you want to be able to get done, whether it is to get rank on the first page of Google, whether it's getting more reviews, whether it's lead gen, what if we could go to any business owner and say, hey, we I've built you the entire funnel, the email sequences, the automations, the reminders, the copy, and you just need to plug and play. To the right business owner, that's going to be worth tens and thousands of dollars. So all we got to do is to be able to understand how to position the right offer to be able to service these businesses, to be able to charge them retainer and have them thank you for it. Okay. How many of you here would love to be able to discover how to charge businesses thousands of dollars per month and have them thank you for it? Type in yes in the chat if you would love to be able to make that happen. Okay, because that's going to be our goal here today. I want to be able to show you different offers and what it is that we do, as well as give you different ideas on what AI can be doing to really help you increase the perceived value of your offer. Okay, so what's going to make this entire training over the next 2 days different is that I'm not just going to show you how to do it. I'm going to flat out give you the entire architecture and infrastructure, which is the funnels, the email sequences, the text, the reminders, the copy, where you just need to plug and play so that you can serve a specific audience, charge them high ticket, and have them thank you for it. Okay, that is going to be our game plan over the next 2 days.
So Peng, I have to ask you, why are you doing this?
Aha!
Why are we doing this? Because your
Look,
business
I
is
read
not
your
in
mind.
a.
Like literally, my next slide is why would I do this, right? So I know some of you could be going, this makes no sense. Okay, why would you want to be able to teach all of your best kept secrets? Wouldn't you be able? Won't you be creating more competition? So I would say there's two reasons to why I'm doing this. Okay, there's the noble reason and there's the business reason. Okay, now here's the noble reason. Noble reason is number one, I'm extremely grateful for what Go High Level has done for me, my business, my life over the last couple of years, ever since they launched, ever since they enabled SaaS mode. And truly, they have made me millions, if not tens of millions of dollars because of that. So, number one, based on what it is that I've done, I know that when I show you how to do this, whether when you enable SaaS mode, whether you get your first 10 high ticket clients, your first 100, your first 1,000, to me, I come from an angle of abundance and not scarcity. I know that it would make no difference to my business because there are literally millions of business owners out there worldwide. And that few thousand that you and I have, that's still nothing in comparison to the total addressable market. The business reason is that because I'm going to be giving you the entire business model, the funnels, the emails, the automations. This is affiliated to, I believe I've got a custom affiliate link. And even then, I want to say that I think in all of my years of doing this, I've never affiliated like anybody. I think maybe recommend. I've had two people sign up to my affiliate link. The point of this is that this is not my business model. My business model is not signing up affiliates. My goal here is I just want to be able to give as much value as possible, and hopefully a fraction of you apply and implement. And one day when we meet in person, you'll say, "Man, that thing that you taught me on that webinar made all the difference for me," and that reason would be good enough for me.
Yeah, matter of fact, today morning, well, my morning, it's 11 a.m. for me. It's almost midnight for Peng in Malaysia. Peng had called me. He's like, "Hey, just to be sure, the format, it's interactive, it's interview style. Am I just presenting the whole time?" And I just shared our normal 2-day workshop, 3-day workshop model. And I told Peng, I was like, "Hey, just so you know, we're gonna affiliate the trials that come from this event to you." And he was just like, "Oh, okay, that's amazing. I didn't. That was not even part of the agenda at all until this morning." So for those of you that are watching, you're not on high level just yet. This is a great opportunity to just have a huge jump start with someone who's already. How many customers do you have? Like 5,000, 6,000?
We've passed 7,000
Yeah.
SaaS accounts.
For that's a lot of accounts to prove the business model. So it takes a long time to understand how to build up the onboarding, how to, create the right offers, when to do promotions, when to, pull the plug on something. There's a lot of trial and error that brought us here. Um, and Ping, I think we talked about doing a workshop last year, at least once a year. I feel like we talk about it, and this is the first time we're like, all right, let's do it. So I'm eternally grateful. And those of you that are watching, this is an incredible opportunity to jump in to a trial for high level and grab all of Peng's assets and the automations and the architecture. So, without any further ado, let's get into the content for the day.
All right. Okay. So let's begin. All right. So I first want to be able to begin with talking about how AI helps with offers and the creation of products. Okay. Now I'm going to start off with the different things that AI can do. that's like kind of beyond the basic chat GPT stuff. Because I'm going to assume that all of you, the fact that you're on right now, you have some understanding of, the basic chat GPT stuff. So I want to be able to go beyond that and just kind of show you what are some of the other things that AI can do. But much more than that, it's how to use it to enhance the perceived value of your offer in order to either charge high ticket and bring in more clients. Okay. Or your first client if you've never even done this before. Okay. So let's begin with just AI with graphics and design. Okay. We'll kind of warm you up first with the simpler stuff, and then before we go to more advanced stuff. Okay. So when it comes to AI design. How many of you here you have utilized AI for, let's say, like utilizing Mid Journey, or even now, ChatGPT is integrated with Dolly. But type in number one if you have never utilized AI for images, and type in number two in the chat if you have utilize AI to generate graphics, logos, or images, or anything like that. Just type in number two if you have. I just want to get a rough gauge of the room right now to see what level you're at. Okay, just put a number in the chat. One if you haven't, two if you have. Okay, so as you guys are doing that right now, I want to be able to show you like why this matters. Okay, so businesses needs visual to pitch and sell. Right, designers are typically slow or expensive, and now AI makes it fast and instant. Now, beyond just graphics, where AI is really evolving really, really quickly is that you could go to different platforms, like for example, this Viscom, and you could give these platforms a really basic fifth grader level sketch, like the image on the left over here. And these platforms can generate a full-fledged 3D model for you. Okay, so this means that if you can draw like an 8-year-old and create a doodle like this, AI can help you create really nice renderings and images for designs. Now you might be wondering, so what does this mean? So this means that right now AI has turned all of us into world-class designers. You could create and product mock-ups targeting e-com brands, charging them thousands of dollars per project. You could help people who is an inventor who's trying to think about launching a project on Kickstarter. If you think about it, Kickstarter, the entire premise of Kickstarter is selling something based on a promise and just an imagination of something, right? And what if you could charge them high ticket, right, and charge them thousands of dollars for launching that idea, right? This could be concept art as an agency. Now, what is really, really powerful is I want to be able to show you all these different ideas that you could be doing with AI to help you create a really good, compelling offer. But at the same time, like one of the things I mentioned right at the start is I want you to know when it comes to tech, Go High Level has this thing covered for you. And in fact, I'm going to show you that all these different, the funnels, the emails, the automations, we've actually built that for you. Okay. Now, how it works is basically it's a high ticket sales process where you send traffic to an opt-in page to get people to apply, and then you close them on a high ticket. I'll talk more about that towards the end, but I want you to know that we've launched many different funnels, and all these different funnels, they're actually they've been built for you. Now, I put a QR code in here, but any given time, okay, I'm just going to leave this on the slides, but at any given time, when you can see why this thing is a no-brainer, and when you want to open your free Go High Level account to get your trial account, go ahead and just scan the QR code, because the entire snapshot, the funnel, the best practices is going to be loaded into your account. Okay, and when you do that, you receive the funnels, the email sequences, the text, the reminders, all of that, and it's just plug and play. Okay, so that would be AI images. I'm going to just continue now. Now, as I give you all these different ideas, I want you to understand something. I'm not asking you to do all of them. I'm asking you to just pick one that you feel is related to you based on what you love doing, based on your passion, based on your experiences, based on, or you could be the case that you've never tried this before, but it's based on the thing that's most exciting to you, that you can imagine yourself doing. Okay. So the next one is AI art. How do you monetize AI art without picking up paintbrush? So this was like the big controversial thing that happened maybe about a year ago, when you might have noticed that Studio Ghibli, the founder, which is Hayao Miyazaki, um, he, he spent decades of his life coming up with art that where the design is very distinct like this. And because of AI, it wasn't just about Studio Ghibli art, but rather the fact that AI today can mimic any artist, writer, creative person, dead or alive, that has ever lived. And that means you and I can give AI a specific prompt and say, hey, based on this person that designs this specific way, what are the traits of this person's design? And AI can look up that design, and we can take any image or meme and have AI design that piece of art, whether it's a cartoon, whether it's an anime, whether it's a comic style thing, whether it's utilizing watercolor, whether it's oil pastels, right? AI can design anything based that mimics any artist that has ever lived. Do you know how powerful that is? So what does this mean for you and me who are not designers? Okay. So this means that we could create a niche art store to sell online. We could target hotels and restaurants and cafes to sell amazing art to them. We could target corporate offices. And literally, I took a packet of instant noodles and I passed it to AI and I said, help me create art based on these instant noodles, based on Ghibli studio art style, right? And this is what it gave me. So this is where the everyone's each of you, each and every one of you here today, your breakthrough is going to be different. It's not a one size fits all. But my goal here is just to be able to show you the different possibilities of what AI can do based on different tools and features and platforms that's available today, and get you to decide and think about, well, what do you want to be able to do, right? Given that this is the opportunity. So AI makes anyone a world-class artist. You just need the right prompt and a $250 printer, and you're in business. Okay. Next one, is AI apparel. Okay. Now, and by the way, all these images that you're seeing, my slides right now, all of them for this entire segment, they're all done by AI. Okay. This is literally through a prompt. Okay. Um, so before AI, I would say the older model used to be print on demand. And print on demand was a business model where it was great, where you don't hold onto any inventory. You literally think about a design, work with a designer, have it design on a t-shirt, a mug, something, right? And people like that business model because it was relatively low risk, because you don't have to hold on to any inventory. However, the downside of that business model is you still had to engage a designer to come up with the designs first, to have it printed on some sort of apparel, right? And that would be the thing that would be time consuming as well as very costly. Because then also you had to deal with the designer's ego and the back and forth and the revisions. But today, AI design is literally instant, right? You just need the right prompt and the right platform. So now it's all about what it is that you prompt, right? Again, like this image over here, I literally created it in a minute utilizing AI. Okay. So we're going to play a game together. Okay. This is an actual product that's being sold online on Amazon. And it is an AI image of a cat eating ramen. Okay. And I would like all of you right now, and I know all of you are connected on different platforms, some on YouTube, some of you on Facebook and in the groups. But I would like all of you, and right now I can see all of your comments. It's being streamed into one place and it's merging into one place. So here's what I would like you guys to do. Okay. I would like all of you to guess how much this product here made last month in 30 days. Okay. Everybody put
Total
a
total revenue, or you mean how much do they charge per unit?
revenue. How much do you think this product made in terms of revenue in the last 30 days? Okay, everybody take a guess. I'm going to take a look at the comments here. Okay, Robin Cat, how much do you think? Steve says 48,000. Kerry says 2 million, $2 million on cat eating ramen. William 35,000, Paul $2,000, Miles 25,000, Simon says 10,000, Christine 1,000, Tim. Okay, so 1,000, 25,000, 10,000, 300,000. Okay, so I'm guessing that everybody's just putting up a random number here. The answer is, probably everybody's just, guessing. Paulson, how much do you think this product made? What would your guess be?
I think if I had to guess, this is high volume, low ticket, um, maybe in a month, 75,000 to 100,000.
Okay, very, very optimistic numbers. Okay, let's take a look. So this product here generates $23,847 for this $17 t-shirt. Okay.
Wow.
Now, the question here is, so how do we utilize this information? Okay, now I've always believed in the fact that success leaves clues, and that if something's doing well, we want to be able to model it and use it in a different market and create our own market and own category. Okay. So how I look at this is, if there is a product of a cat eating ramen that sells for $23,000 a month for this $17 t-shirt that's print on demand, do you think it would be realistic to say that if there's a market for cat eating ramen that generates $24,000 a month, it would be realistic to say that there's maybe a possibility of a dog eating ramen or puppy eating ramen that could potentially do well as well? Okay, and if that was the case, do you think it would be worthwhile for you and me to spend 3 minutes creating an AI generated image of a dog eating ramen and sell this on print demand, where we don't have to hire a designer, where we don't have to deal with inventory, and sell online? Type in the word realistic if you feel that that would be a pretty realistic bet, an assumption that's very, very low risk to do if we know that, cat eating ramen could generate $24,000 a month, right? Now, so how do we do that? Okay, so this is where we want to be able to utilize AI. And again, right, a machine to generate our own, even if we decide to print it our own, is $240, right? $236, and we would be in business. So one good way, one easy way to do this is to literally take this image and go to AI and say, how would you describe this t-shirt design if it was a prompt? Okay. Here's what ChatGPT said. ChatGPT's reply was, this is a vintage Japanese poster style illustration on a black t-shirt featuring a wide-eyed black cat with exaggerated orange eyes slurping a big bowl of ramen noodles from a giant red bowl. The bowl is filled with ramen, cherry tomatoes, yada, yada, yada. Now, guess what? What if I took this thing here and I literally just, let me find my pen, replaced the word black cat with poodle? That's it. So that's what I did. I took this entire thing and I just replaced this word black cat with toy poodle. So I replaced black cat with toy poodle, with everything else remaining exactly the same. And then I said, generate me this image. And AI gave me an image of a dog eating ramen, right? And of course, this is where I could play around with it. I could try different breeds, but this is where I want you to start thinking about. And it's just, this is one super sub specific niche, right? This could be anything. This could be anime. This could be a hobby. This could be a passion that people have, right? This could be literally anything drawn based on any style, based on any artist, and you could have AI mimic that style. So the question, like all of you think about, is if you could have AI, once again, illustrate or draw and mimic and model any artist, any creative person that has ever lived, but doing it in an original way, but still modeling the best practices, what would you have AI do? Okay, and then once again, all these different processes, we've built up the snapshot, and even Go High Level has all these different funnel types. It's built for you, right? Templates are there. Okay, so this is why, first of all, digital marketing agencies are in a lot of trouble. If you really think about how digital marketing agencies have operated, pre-AI days, the bread and butter for digital marketing agencies has always been some sort of done for you social media content, images, video. And if you think about this, AI has completely disrupted this entire thing, whereby digital marketing agencies used to charge thousands of dollars for this done for you service, whether it's writing, whether it's content, whether it's social media, whether it's creatives. And the hard part of that model used to be the case, because it's done for you, that it's a real pain delivering it. But now, if you understand how to utilize the right prompts, you'll be able to deliver this as a done for you service to other small businesses and charge them thousands of dollars per month, not just for the done for you, but also have them pay you for your platform that's built inside Go High Level on recurring. So the model that you could have is charging high ticket. So I call this would be known as the hybrid model, right? Where what if you could charge business owners out there high ticket for the initial done for you, but then even if they don't pay you every single month after that for your done for you service, what if you could then get a passive recurring fee every month, because now they're utilizing your platform that's built on High Level, because now you're hosting all of their sites. It could be emails, their automations, their SMSs, and that's how you're able to have high ticket upfront and also low ticket recurring month to month that will be purely passive. Okay, so in recent, I think this is less than a week now, Sora 2 just came out. This is still in beta. You need to get an invite code, but this is going to be released to the public, I'm guessing in a matter of a month or so. And Sora 2 is just absolutely nuts. Okay, I want to be able to show you some of these videos that's been built on Sora 2. And I purposely picked a few ridiculous examples because I think they're funny. But let's take a look. Okay, the first one is probably not that politically correct, but we'll take a look.
Here he goes off the drop speed. He's lining up for something off big. The coping. Oh my! Backflip in the chair. Full rotation. Stick it. Perfect landing.
Stephen Hawking doing stunts on his wheelchair. Let's take another one. Look at this next one.
Your chicken's looking nice, pal. Woo! Yo, he stole my chicken. Got a crispy treasure, can't slow me down. Hot and golden, I'm mad at this town. Move, move, Friday victory. The prince been sliding, blind out the door. Fried love in my arms, can't give it up no more. Hey.
Now, you might be wondering, so what does this have to do with you and again, high ticket and charging clients? So if you really think about it, when I look at this, I think that social media and TikTok and Reels, it is a matter of time before it's just flooded. And So it used to be a case that you want to become really creative and come up with like out of the world, out of the box creative stuff. It's hard, right? It's either expensive or production value, or you have editing software, but now it's just a prompt. So what does this mean? It means that if you understand how to utilize this as a skill set, what do business owners want? They want to just focus on what it is that they do, get more leads so that they can convert these leads into sales, right? Whether they're a chiropractor, whether they're a gym owner, whether they are a coach, a trainer. So what if your proposition to a business owner was, you don't have to handle any of your content creation, whether it's a post, whether it's videos, whether it's images. I will do these content for you in a very creative way, right? That's either funny or engaging or off the box, right? So that you'll be able to get a bigger reach, so you'll be able to convert this reach into revenue. To them, thousands of dollars per month, so that they don't have this headache, is, to a business owner, is nothing, right? Are you guys getting this? Okay, so ultimately, what if you offered this as a done for you service? Okay, now this is where, if you're starting out, just charging $1,000, $2,000 is a very, very realistic start. This is Alice. She started it by creating an AI-powered offer, and now she's got 4 paid customers on retainer. She was somebody that's never done this before, no idea how it works. Okay, she started charging other business owners $1,500 a month, which is very, very low, and have them thanking her for it. Okay, but this is where I want to be able to show you the strategy to charging even more. Okay, how many of you here would like to be able to understand how to charge even more, and once again still have your clients thanking you for it? Okay, type in me in the chat if you want to be able to see how that works. Okay, type in me in the chat. Okay.
Can I ask a question, Peng? So what you're saying is, I think when you came to our event in Dubai, we had talked about this during one of our Q&As. Do you think this stuff with AI, it could be so simple that the business owners can directly do AI stuff? Or do you feel like there is a role for a digital citizen for a long time to come? Like, or is this like a trend, you know?
That's a great question. So the way I think about this is kind of like social media today. If you really think about it, social media is a very simple thing that every business owner could potentially do on their own. But if you really think about it, how many business owners go out there and take the time out, really thinking about the strategy, thinking about content creation, mapping out the content for the month, even though they know it's important, and even though they know it's simple and teenagers can do it? How many chiropractors out there, how many plastic surgeons go take their time out to do that thing?
Not many.
Not many, right? So I believe that AI is the same thing. Will business owners know that it's absolutely important? Of course. But when it comes down to really sitting down, understanding the strategy, going deep into it, most business owners don't think of themselves as the marketer of the business. If somebody is a dentist, for example, dentists are taught how to pull out teeth and do teeth whitening and scaling, when in fact the business that they're really in is in the business of marketing the dental practice. But they don't think that way, because why? Most business owners think about themselves as, oh, I'm supposed to be just doing this thing, and they don't think of themselves as the marketer, when in fact the business we're really in is in the marketing of the business, and that's when we can step in.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's, going back to the slides. Okay. How do we charge even higher with value add? Okay. I want to show you a few different examples, and how I apply this in my business. Okay. So this is a book. So to show you how to charge even more, the short answer is in going deep and being specific with one thing. Okay. So for example, this is a great book. This book is called Never Lose a Customer Again by Joey Coleman, on how to turn any sale into lifelong loyalty in 100 days. Okay. Now, this is an amazing book that I never read. Okay. And the reason for that is, for those of you who know my story, I actually have trouble reading. My entire life, I've actually completed reading less than 3 books my entire life. True story. And that's because whenever I try or attempt to read, my mind it keeps skipping sentences. And when it skips sentences, I would have to really focus on trying to get that sentence right, only to realize I've moved on to the next paragraph. And when I continue reading, then I realize, oh, I just skipped an entire paragraph, and I go back again, and this thing kind of loops. It's really hard to explain. Okay. And that's why my choice of learning has always been like seminars and workshops and audiobooks, because I'm more, auditory that way. Right. So because of that, and this is why AI has also changed everything for me. So because I know this is a great book, I heard a lot of good raving reviews about it. What did I do? So imagine going to AI and I said, "You are Joey Coleman from the book Never Lose a Customer Again, How to Turn Any Sales into Lifelong Loyalty in 100 Days. Write me a 90-day onboarding system for my marketing software sales process." This is the platform that's built in Go HighLevel, right? "To help my users get more leads and sales so that the software pays for itself many times over in the first 90 days. Use systems and principles from the book to create the plan." Okay, so notice what's happening right now. It says, "Hey there, it's Joey Coleman, and happy to help you create a 90-day onboarding system for your marketing software. Here's a plan that follows the principles. Never lose a customer again. Help your clients get more leads and sales so that software pays for itself many times over in the first 90 days. Okay, now, so it shows me day one, create the welcome email for the first 24 hours when a new user signs up, right? Day number 2, you want to have a personalized onboarding call. Day number 3, you want to have a guided product tour. Day number 4, you want to have educational content. Now, guess what? So I went to my team and I said, these are 90 things that we could be doing in order to help retain and improve our customer onboarding in the first 90 days. And when they asked me, so out of the 90 days, how many things do you think, how many things do you want us to implement? Guess what I said? I said, yes, right? All of the above. Now, what does this mean for you when it comes to creating AI-powered offers? So if you want to be able to charge more utilizing the power of AI, it is not about being broad and generic. Eventually, the market is going to be flooded with everyone out there trying to launch a digital marketing agency with done for you on social media. And it's going to be super red ocean where everybody and their dog's trying to do it. Okay. The way to separate and differentiate yourself and charge premium is when you go deep into one thing. Okay. So imagine this. Imagine right now, utilizing this same exact example. Imagine right now, you or me, okay, we went out there, and now our offer becomes helping anyone with some sort of recurring or subscription or SaaS. And our proposition was, we will help you create a customized 90-day onboarding plan for your subscription, for your software, for your coaching, so that we can help you increase retention, improve the experience and onboarding. How much do you think that is going to be worth to a business owner that has subscription, right? If all you did was just improve their churn rate by 2%, right, it's going to be worth tens and thousands of dollars to a business owner that has got some sort of subscription or recurring. So whether they're doing software, whether they're a coach, whether they have a membership site, right? You just created this ultra high perceived value offer because it's customized for them, right? And that's what I mean by going deep. And this is just one example. This is just onboarding for 90 days, right? The thing I want you to be able to think about is, wouldn't you agree that every best practice in business, whether it's human resource, whether it's sales, whether it's onboarding, whether it's running ads, chances are there's books on it, there are courses on it, there's a podcast on it, there's an entire thesis on that topic name, right? So what I'm trying to get you to think about is, go beyond I'm going to help businesses do social media. Can you do that? Sure, but that's going to be very red ocean. right? What you want to be able to do instead is think about going deep. Can I do this thing that's very, very specific, like the example I showed you, just onboarding for anybody with recurring, right? Because if you can go deep, that is when the perceived value is going to be very, very high when you target the right audience. Make sense? Right? So, in fact, coming back to the presentation here, so this is where I want you to be able to think about this next question, right? Which is, if you can have AI learn any principle, any strategy, any execution, and then give you the steps that is customized for you or your client that you're going to charge high ticket for, right? What would you have it do? And try to go beyond, done for you social media agency, because that's when it's going to be, $2,000 a month. If you want to charge $5,000, $10,000 a month, right? Or higher ticket upfront, this is when you want to be able to go deep and specific in one thing. Okay. This is Molly, where she carved out her own mini niche in the human resource market, utilizing AI to create a customized game plan. So this is where she utilized this principle that I just showed you, and she created a high ticket offer for the HR market. Right? Again, it is about utilizing AI to just model best practices and frameworks so that you can create a customized solution based on a proven model and help a client achieve that result doing that. Right? That is literally the way to differentiate and to increase your perceived value. Okay. So ultimately, that would be like high ticket done for you. Now, if I were to continue this process, right, there is just so many different things that you could be doing. You could be utilizing AI to deconstruct and the ingredients of a product. Okay, I put in this product in here because this is an actual um, um, a product that I bought for my dog Yao Bao, and this is a product that sells for $12. Okay, now what if today, if you think about things with high margins, I've always thought about things with high margins. If it's a physical product, things that's liquid that you can put in a bottle. And today with AI, you can go to Gemini and you can ask Gemini, what are the ingredients inside this bottle? And AI will break it down for you. And sometimes, okay, so like for example, this pet deodorizer here does over $100,000, $113,000 in sales. And this is basically a fresh kiwi blossom scent that's organic. Okay. Now, why am I showing you this is because there's a lot of different things that you can get AI to reverse engineer. Okay. So, for example, this could be the pet deodorizing spray. This could be electrolyte gummies for athletes. This could be, how to grow a beard utilizing caffeine and biotin. This could be postpartum belly balm. This could be a lip balm that's color changing that goes viral on TikTok. So there's a lot of different things that before this, it's hard to understand what's the composition of it. But today, any one of us, we can go to Gemini and ask Gemini to reverse engineer the ingredients to be able to be our chemist. Okay. So this also means that if you want to be able to have, and again, I know that I'm kind of giving you guys like a shotgun of different ideas out there, because I've got like an hour-ish, here today. So that's why I'm speaking really fast as well. And my goal is just to show you like the different things that you could be doing, right? So even if you're selling like physical products right now, this is Packify. There's a lot of different platforms like Packify today, where literally you could create an entire packing design from a prompt, and you can turn any mock-up, whether it's a box, a bottle, food packaging, tubes, and it will create your entire thing, okay, designed for you. So this means that if you can sell a $30 liquid in the bottle, okay, at the selling price, and if it costs you $3 to put that liquid into a bottle, it means that Well, because math is obviously my strong suit, right? You make $28 in profit, okay? And that's why by selling, this means that to generate $10,000 a month, you need to move 357 units, okay? And again, this different e-com type of style of products, okay? This is built inside Go HighLevel. We have the different templates in there, and literally, if that's what it is that you want to be able to do, Go HighLevel will be able to handle that for you as well. Okay, so next one, I think I've got a lot of different ideas, but I just wanted to show you the different things that you could be doing. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so AI enhanced training, which is basically layering AI into your core content. I know a lot of marketers utilize these as hooks. Webinars is going to be did, events is did, courses will be did. But I truly believe that courses will be did. I'm already seeing and working with so many clients. Everybody's already reporting a decline in courses and pre-recorded trainings. Why is that the case? It is because you and me and all of us will be able to get customized answers from AI, right? So if you want to be able to do something well, why would we want a generic, broad course that teaches this thing when we can get a customized answer based on our unique situation or circumstances to show us the exact steps? Now, this is where in the next 10 minutes or so, if you are a speaker, trainer, a coach, or a consultant, okay, if you truly understand what I'm about to show you in the next 10 minutes, okay, this is how you'll be able to really not just survive, but thrive when all other course creators gets obliterated, okay, and they're going to get destroyed. Okay, so if you are a speaker, a trainer, a course creator, the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can utilize AI to make your offer even more desirable than ever when you understand these few elements, okay? So to show you what I'm talking about, this is where I want to utilize my marathon example, okay? You see, 5 months ago, I had this idea from one of my best friends. And the idea was we are going to be turning 42, okay? And in Malaysia, we utilize kilometers, not miles, and the full marathon is 42 kilometers. So 5 months ago, I went to chat GPT and I said, I have a full marathon happening on October 4th. I said, I'm fairly fit. I lift weights about 5-6 times a week, but I hardly run. And I said, give me a training schedule where I'm not pivoting to become a full-time runner, and I can still maintain my muscles and complete a marathon in under 7 hours. My goal is just to finish without injury. Okay. So AI said, you have about 5 months. Okay, here's what you'll do. You'll still lift about 4 times a week. You run 3 times a week. We'll prioritize muscle preservation. And AI gave me a fully customized game plan on how many kilometers to run on each day and the build up to it, okay, all the way until October 5th. Fully customized to me. Every time I did the run, I would take a screenshot of what my Apple Watch gave me and I would just upload it to AI. And the AI would literally just coach me on, here's what you need to be doing for your next run, right? So I got an entire fully customized game plan from my coach, which was AI. And that's why yesterday, this picture was taken yesterday, where I completed my first ever marathon in 6 hours and 7 minutes. Okay, this is what the world sees. Okay, here's what the world does not see. Okay, this is literally earlier today. That's me in this T-shirt right now, trying to walk up the stairs to do this webinar.
I
Okay.
saw this on social. I was like, Peng, are you sure you're gonna be able to stay up at midnight to do this training? You're like, yes, we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah, so this over here, okay, now why am I showing you this? Is because it will either be the best of times for coaches or the worst of times, okay? Now, if you want to be able to have the best of times, okay, if you're a coach, you're a speaker, you're a consultant, Okay, this next 10 minutes is going to be crucial. Okay, so if you want to be able to have the edge, it is about understanding how to harness the power of AI and weaving it into your offers. Okay, now the way you can do that is through one of the ways is utilizing this thing called custom GPTs. Okay, and how custom GPTs work is to get AI to learn or model any framework so that you can either do it for yourself or charge other clients doing it. Okay, let me explain to you how this works. Okay, and what a custom GPT is, and if you're new to it. Okay, so I want to start off by introducing this first custom GPT that I built. Okay, so whenever I coached a new client, a question that I will get over and over and over again is the question of trying to get them to see what makes them different, right? To help them refine their positioning and their brand. Okay, and I'll show you what this means. So typically, if somebody's new and they got on their first call with me, a very necessary but painful process for me is to try to get them to see what their unique positioning is in a market that's flooded with competition. And I would typically spend about an hour trying to get them to see where their blue ocean or what can they become a category king in, and to be able to claim their sub market or create a new one. Okay, so most businesses fail because not because they're bad, they fail because nobody knows who they are, what they do, or why they should care. So if I asked each and every one of you right now, what makes your business different from every other competitor in your industry, could you answer it in one clear, unforgettable sentence? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a very simple exercise. Okay, and if I were to ask you what it is that you do, let me know in the comments right now. Like, and give me like a really boring vanilla answer. Okay, give me a really boring vanilla answer to what do you do? Okay, put it in the chat right now, and I'll read out a few answers. Okay, do that right now. Okay, I'll give you guys 10 seconds while I have a sip of water. Okay, I'll take a look at your answers in about a minute as you guys do that. Now, here's the brutal reality. If your brand positioning is just like everybody else, then you're invisible, right? And invisible businesses don't grow. But imagine if the moment somebody heard about you and they knew, oh, that's the only person or company who does this. That's very powerful. Okay, so let's take a look at two examples. The first one is we help speakers, trainers, and coaches scale online. The second example is we help personal brands become the only choice in their market by turning their lived experiences into a category of one. Now, which do you think is going to stand out more? Which do you think is more memorable? Now, so the problem is not your product, it's the way you frame it. And if you don't get your positioning right, no marketing, no ads, and no content would ever work the way it should. So most of the time people are thinking, oh, can you take a look at my ads, my traffic strategy, right? My content, my funnel, my landing pages. When it first begins with just, well, what makes you different? Okay. So one of the things that I want to do to help my clients is I want to think about how do I turn this into a replicatable process so that if somebody is new and they're working together with me, rather than trying to spend 1 or 2 hours on this very painful process, we can get it done in like 5 minutes or 3. Okay. So what I did was I created a custom GPT, and I wanted this GPT to do these few things well. Number one, I wanted it to study the blue ocean strategy, okay, on how you can make the competition irrelevant. I wanted this custom GPT to create a new category, which is how do you define new space that only you can own. Okay, this is talked about inside the book Play Bigger, right? And number 3, I want to be able to have a differentiation on only I can do this, which is what makes this unique experience and makes my offer irreplaceable. Okay, so let's do this exercise together. Okay, okay. So there's a few different answers here, right? TD says, I help local businesses implement AI. Okay. Paul says, as a fractional CFO, I help mentor finance teams, promote accountability, and optimize operations. Michael says, I help businesses to improve their sales and marketing systems like it will be done by a director because our service is white glove, right? Pixel says, fitness coach, travel agency. Okay. Now, the longest answer that I see a lot of answers over here. Well, first of all, guys, thank you for participating. Okay, so now, okay, so I wanted like a really boring vanilla answer. Okay, so Paulson, pick a vanilla answer that you see over here. It could be any, like just
No, let's go with Paul. As a fractional CFO, I help mentor finance teams, promote accountability, and optimize operations. To me, that's a kind of a wide umbrella.
okay. All right. Okay. So Paul says, as a fractional CFO, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just share my screen over here. Um, okay, so that you guys can see the okay, that this is the comment that's highlighted over here. Okay, great. So I'm gonna go to Chat GPT and I'm gonna show you this the different custom GPTs that I've created. Okay,
Yeah.
now one of them, let me see if I can find it. So all these are different just custom GPTs on things that I've created, which is um, basically processes that I utilize over and over again, either for myself or for my clients. Okay, so this first custom GPT over here is what makes you different. Okay, now this custom GPT, the way it's programmed, if I were to kind of show you like under the hood and what's underneath this thing, okay, is basically, let me just kind of zoom in over here.
If you
Is
wanna, I don't know if you're sharing your screen. I
are you able to
didn't.
see it?
If
Yeah, I
you
am
want to
sharing my.
share it one more time, or stop sharing and reshare one more time.
Okay,
Let me
here we
see.
go.
Maybe I need to hide the comment. Oh, there it is. There it is. Perfect. Cool.
You see this?
Yep. Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so these are different custom GPTs, which is basically things that we do a lot. Whether it's either repetitive in nature, or I want to be able to train my team to do something well, or I want to be able to help my clients achieve this thing where it's a constant thing that happens over and over again. Okay, so this first example, which is what makes you different, is a custom GPT um, to help somebody identify their unique positioning. Okay, and under the hood, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste Paul's comment over here. As a fractional CFO, I help mentor finance teams, promote accountability, and optimize operations. Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this over here. And what's going to happen is this custom GPT helps me with some sort of some clarifying questions. Okay. Now, all I'm going to do is, so let's say, who do you serve? And I'm just going to randomly put in the answers over here just so you can see like how it looks like. SaaS startups. What does your client struggle with most before working with you? I would say, let's say their mindset. Okay, I'm just going to make some answers up. What are you known for that other CEOs aren't? I'll be like, you decide. Okay. And do you have any background or experience? Zero experience. Okay. We're intentionally going to make this hard for AI. Okay. What's one thing your clients say about you? Not applicable. Okay. So um, from here, it's excellent. Here's what you give me work, right? Okay. So it starts off with like a positioning statement. I'm the fractional CFO for SaaS startups who need more than spreadsheets. I mentor your finance team, embed accountability, and turn chaos into clarity before your next funding round. Okay. Unique hook. Your startup has a product roadmap. I give your finances one too. Okay. Most CFOs report numbers. You'll build a financial operating system that scales your business. Okay. Then it gives you your supporting talk points for marketing. right? So I specialize in early SaaS startups where the finance strategy is often an afterthought until it costs you real money. Then it gives you the conversation status, right? Who owns finance in your company right now? If the answer is unclear, that's the gap I feel, and that's the one I solve, right? For branding, think of me as your scale stage CFO. I help you build internal muscle, not dependency. Okay, so from here, you will be able to create more marketing assets from it. Okay, so I want to be able to show you like how I think. Okay, so if this is one custom GPT, which is to help somebody think about what makes them different. Okay, as a coach, and when I'm working with other clients, another thing that I work with them all the time is when I'm helping them work on, let's say, an offer. Okay, so for example, this would be offer alchemy. Okay, and now if a person understands their talking points, okay, so for example, let's say they have their positioning statement together with their unique hook, together with their supporting talking points. Notice what I'm going to do right now. I have another custom GPT, okay, that is based upon how do you create an amazing offer. Now imagine if my client just needs to copy and paste what the first GPT gave, which is the positioning statement, the unique hooks, the conversation starters. Then notice what happens for this next GPT, which is on creating an amazing offer. Okay. Headline, which is the hook, building a finance function that scales without hiring a full-time CFO. Dream outcome, what they really want. I want to feel confident that my finances are tight, my metrics are investor ready, and my team isn't dropping the ball so that I can raise scale and sleep at night. Okay. How do you increase the perceived likelihood of achievement? Right? How do you reduce time delay? How do you reduce effort and sacrifice? And then after that, this would be a suggestion on what your offer could look like. A financial system audit, a customized financial roadmap, the KPI and metrics engine setup, the monthly operating cadence and rituals, the finance team mentorship, the plug and play tool stack, right? So literally in minutes, my client would have gotten their positioning statement, their unique hooks, suggestions on what are the different offers, components that they could add. When this used to be, if you really think about this entire process, there are workshops and trainings that would spend 3 full days just to accomplish what we just did in 3 minutes, right? If I were to do a hot seat with somebody before AI, this would be a 3-hour consult before we got this answer. But we just did that in a matter of minutes. And now imagine if somebody came to do a consult with me and they got this prepared beforehand. And this was now the starting point of the consult. Can you guys see why this client gets so much more as a result of this custom GPT? That's what I'm trying to get all of you to see. If you are a coach, a speaker, a trainer, and you want to be able to increase the perceived value of your offer, you want to be able to understand how to incorporate these custom GPTs so that it's now the entry starting point for your clients. You know, many times people ask me, but Peng Joon, if you shared this with your clients, won't it cannibalize your offer, and won't people want to just utilize AI? This is where, again, it's the scarcity mindset, right? I want to be able to accomplish what other people take a week or 3 days or 5 days to accomplish, and I want to be able to do it in 5 minutes and use that as the starting point. And when you guys can do that for your offers, that's how you're going to crush everybody else in the market. Are you guys getting it? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Let me share a little bit of a history lesson just for the folks that are new to the world of marketing. In like 2014, 2015, around the time when I started off in digital marketing as a brand new agency owner, one of the common things a lot of people used to do was provide audits, right? So you have guys like Josh Nelson, Nick Robbins, some of these, leaders that would teach you like, hey, charge $400 one time and you set up this audit, and for you to do the audit, you would meet with them over Zoom. And the second call you schedule, you come back with a prepared audit that you would go through and figure out where all their traffic problems are, what are their competitions doing. You're spending hours and hours, at least like 5, 6 hours, putting all the data pieces together in the local area. Then you schedule a second call with them. And some people that were confident, they would charge, a couple of $100 for these audits, or even $1,000. And what they would do is say, hey, instead of you paying for the audit, we would just give you credit to the retainer. So then it was like a pushover defense kind of a mechanism for you to land the client. What I'm noticing with what you're sharing, Peng, is the world of double call sale is not needed. We don't need this big fancy consult slash audit slash demo. You can get the client to a starting point that's way very much matured in the sales process.
Yep, 100%. And there are many different ways to do it. I mean, getting them on a call could be one. Um, for me, it could be one to many, where I'm doing a straight up
Webinar, yeah.
right? It could be automated, right? So there are many different ways to it. What I'm trying to show over here is, I see some questions over here, which is Michael says, are you doing this positioning before outreach or after outreach? So what I'm showing you here is an actual custom GPT that I utilize for my clients, where before AI, the common question, then the thing that will need to work with them is on their positioning, right? But I've now automated that entire process to help them get even faster results by having this custom GPT in place. So this is where, if you are a speaker, trainer, coach, you want to be able to think about how do you incorporate these custom GPTs that, again, is based off frameworks that's proven, so that you or your client just needs to put in these answers. You copy and paste those answers in there, and it will give you that customized answer that will help them save significant amount of time, so that now you can use that as the starting point rather than the destination, which is what other people will be doing.
That would differentiate you far from other people very quickly and very fast. If you go deep into an industry, if you go deep into some of the struggles that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So so custom GPTs are a great way to increase perceived value into your offers. Okay. And this is just like one, right? To kind of show you like how deep into this that I am, in order to either utilize this for myself or for my team or for my clients. We have got a lot of different custom GPTs that we built in-house. So, and I'll show you like a few different examples. So a few fun and ones as well. So for example, Troll Alchemist. Okay, if you are running ads, okay, so for one, it used to be a case that if I'm running ads and I get some sort of troll comment, sometimes I'll be like in my living room and this person's living rent-free in my head. I'm thinking, let me think of a really witty reply. And then I'm like 2 hours has passed and I'm like, damn it, I couldn't come up with any comeback, right? and then, so Troll Alchemist is where I built this custom GPT for my team to handle whenever we have a troll comment, like utilizing this, that we use in-house, okay? So for example, this objection crusher GPT is a GPT that I built for my high ticket phone close team. Okay. And of course, things like writing long form sales letter, emails, creating hooks for ads. Hug your haters is a great one for customer support. What you saw here was like what makes you different. So these are just different things that I did. And it's a mixture of either helping our clients or just enhancing what it is that we do in-house to make it a lot smoother, right? Yeah, so that's why this would can you see why if you do this as part of your offers, right, it will significantly increase value, and also not just value, but delivery of what it is that you promised your clients, right? Because now you're able to help them create this customized answer or game plan, okay, and doing it really, really quickly as well, right? So now you're no longer just selling a course that is broad and generic. You're able to create really good customized solutions for your clients that would increase perceived value and help them get results even faster. Okay, so when it comes to AI, really, I think about AI powered offers as if you are helping other business owners, and you want to be able to create massive value, it's about understanding how to integrate this into their business, right? And a great way is to show business owners how to integrate this AI, whether it is, and there's so many different features in Go High Level that integrates with AI, whether it's the chatbots, whether it's the agents, right? And offer them, straight up, do it for them. So if you think about what it is that I've shown you here in the last hour, it really follows this flow. And if you want to be able to start attracting business owners and charge them high ticket, the model to utilize is running traffic. This could be organic, this could be ads, into an opt-in page so they get the lead, get them to apply by having some sort of presentation over here, okay, so that they book a call, so that you have leads coming to you rather than you going to them, and then having a confirmation page. And if they're right fit, they get on a call, and that's when you or your team member close them. Okay, that's what we've been doing for our high ticket over and over again. Okay, so we've done this not just for ourselves, but with clients in different markets, in different industries. An amazing thing about Go High Level is that I don't just get to give you my funnels. You'll be able to get the same email templates, which is basically the entire email sequences, the nurture sequences. What if somebody books a call and don't show up? What does that reminder sequence look like? The nurture emails. We have plugged this entire thing into this thing called a snapshot. If you're new to the whole Go High Level ecosystem, basically what it means is that I'm able to share this entire infrastructure, and you'll be able to have all of this where all you got to do is literally just change the details in here, but the entire structure is in place. So what that means is there'll be an entire sequence when somebody books their appointment. There'll be an entire sequence if there's a no-show. There'll be the different reminders when it comes to like texts that's already been built for you. And we have done this for our clients in different markets, for done for you in network marketing, in health, in BizOps, and this entire model works. We've done it over and over again for many different business owners in different markets, from fitness to high ticket to BizOps, and that's why as well.
And just to clarify, those of you wondering, okay, how do I access all this or how do I get my hands on this? So if you already have a high level account, because you registered for this 2-day workshop event, our team will send an email out to you with the snapshot link. So all you have to do is just be on the lookout for the email. You'll get the snapshot link. You download it into a sandbox account, go through it, map it out for yourself, make your custom values, make your adjustments, your time zones, all that stuff, and beta test it, right? If you're brand new to the world of high level, or you don't even have a high level account just yet, what I encourage you to do is you see the QR code on the top right corner of this screen. It says get a trial. So what we're asking is start a new high level account, because for you to use a snapshot or an automation tree that Peng is basically giving away, you have to have a high level account. You get a 14-day trial, you download this snapshot, and you have access to all of this. If you don't have a high level account, you won't be able to use a snapshot. It's just like a technology thing. It's like wanting a cassette without a cassette player. You have to have a cassette player to play the cassette. So just to simplify, for those of you that already have a high level account, just wait out for the email. You'll get the link, and our team will make that available to you. So no need to put a bunch of comments in and reach out to the team. Give it, a few hours later on today. We'll make sure the email gets sent out to you. Um, Go ahead, Peng. Back to you.
And I added one extra thing here as a bonus just to support each and every one of you. I've actually never done this before. But when you open your free Go High Level trial account, I'm also getting my team to compile all of you that open an account to send you my top custom GPTs that you guys are seeing that I explained over here, so that you can kind of understand how custom GPTs work, to play around with it, and also so that you can start getting ideas on how you can incorporate it as part of your offers as well. In fact, there's going to be more bonuses revealed tomorrow, so you definitely want to go ahead and create your account today, because tomorrow, by the end of it all, you're going to see why it's going to be an absolute no-brainer when you create the free trial account. Because tomorrow, we're going to talk about AI-powered funnels together with traffic. I'm going to reveal to you, now that we've talked about the application of AI when it comes to offers, I'm going to show you how you can utilize it to fuel that sales process, to get more reach, to get more visibility, to get more clicks.
I love it. Well, let's end the day today where we are. I know tomorrow we're going to spend extra time going through a Q&A as well. Someone said, Paulson, you're showing your age with the cassettes. Yes. But tomorrow we'll do a Q&A as well. So we're going to end the session today. Make sure you watch this on replay. Tomorrow's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of cool, it's going to all kind of come together for you. We talked about different opportunities, different mechanisms, different business models. We'll talk about pricing tomorrow. We'll talk about how to position it, how to do the actual sale. We'll talk about the funnels, the traffic, and kind of bring it all together. Peng, thanks again for, what is it now, 2 a.m. over there?
It's just 1:30. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, 1:30 is still, we're grateful that you're staying up really late in the morning in Malaysia. So excited to kind of go through what we have planned for tomorrow. But thank you.
All right. Take care, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys same time tomorrow.